When they go up tempo, I think the Eagle offense looks 10 times better. I agree. Whoa! Hold on. That's hot. We got a hot mic here. Welcome to a football Monday, baby. Whoa! Week 2 of the National Football League will come to a close tonight. Early game is Bucks and Texans, and then the later game is the Chargers, who took out the Kansas City Chiefs in more convincing fashion than the Philadelphia Eagles did versus the 1-0 Las Vegas Raiders. A lot of stuff to talk about this past weekend in week 2 of the NFL, and of course, your slim victory by the very underachieving Philadelphia Eagles, and I will get right to the point. By the way, do me a favor, Super Chats go to the top. Please hit the like button. You're not going to like what we're going to have to say. I think your 2-0 record is fraudulent. The same way your 2-2 record a year ago was fraudulent. It's September. I don't know if the Cardinals are a 2-0 team, and I don't know if the Kansas City Chiefs are an 0-2 team yet. It is September. My takeaways, again, are that's the worst passing offense in pro football. You are the first team since the merger to have no passing touchdowns and a 2-0 record since the 1970 merger. It was a shitty offensive output, and you've got to pick one. Either it's Kevin Patullo, which we've been saying, or it's your dream boy, Jalen Hurts. Pick one or both, but it's one of them. That offense is terrible. It is not sustainable. And on top of that, like we said, you're either going to be the 23 Eagles, you're clearly not the 24, and the fraudulent defense. Who in the world have you covered in 8 quarters? CeeDee Lamb and who? Nobody. Nobody. That's the worst collection of wide receivers. We all said it all week long that you'll face in the NFL this year. Kansas City is making steps backwards. That is not a good football team. That is not. Sills, I don't want to hear any idiot say 2-0 is fraudulent. You were fraudulent a year ago with a 2-2 record. Hey, Xander, I missed the super chat. Kyle, it wasn't a real record when you were 2-2. You are what your record is. Admit it, Sills. A fraudulent September 2-0. Thank you. Absolutely. So, my opinion is, right now, there were holes everywhere in that game. And Kansas City, once again, make it sound like you were covering people. Where's the offensive running attack? Barkley's not getting 1,500 yards. Hurts is on pace for 2,100 yards passing. I mean, at the end of the day, that was a shitty performance all around. Offense today looks eerily like the first half of 21 and 23. When Sirianni called it his offense, people say Patullo's Brian Johnson 2.0. But maybe it's really Nick's training wheels. Oh, again. It is. Go down to New Orleans. Spencer Rattler, like Xander just told me, threw the ball 46 times. This is what they're doing. They're very talented with people. So let me go here and do this. 14 targets and 80 yards. Another shitty performance by Jalen Hurts in the passing game. And a very underwhelming run game. You're going to have 3-score games the entire season long. You're going to win some and you're going to lose some. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not a premier team right now. Now, could that change? Absolutely, that could change. September is a liar's month. I'm not buying the Packers either. I am not buying the Green Bay Packers. Hey, by the way, I love all the people in here pointing out 2-0. Same people that were doing 10-1. You're right. I was wrong a year ago. I wasn't in 23 when all you idiots were in here telling me 10-1. You were fraudulent then too. Okay, you were fraudulent. Now it's being exposed. You've got the worst passing offense in pro football for any contending team that's in the league right now. That's the worst passing offense. That's the easy takeaway. That high popper, that fungo bat throw he threw down the sidelines was a joke. Nobody in their right mind thinks the Eagles are playing good football right now. Nobody. Except honk Eagle fans like Big Marshall. Yes, Sills, I'm here with it today. Ain't great time for your bulls. Yeah, whatever, dude. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the super. I'm sure you're overwhelmed with the fact that your football team's playing shitty football. Get this. Sorry, Sills, I disagree. With what? Your great play? Dethrone the champions. That football team was long gone, dude. It's hurt, Sills. Same old shit with that guy. How many OCs are we going to be used as a scapegoat? Bullshit artist indeed. Yeah, absolutely, Penn. Josh, we had 3 different coordinators, and our passing game has always looked like hell. There's only one common denominator. It's the quarterback. Dude, they have been questioning that quarterback as a passer since his Alabama days, and it's never changed. You're going to get spotty games where he's going to look great, and most of the games he's going to look common, and then some games he's going to look terrible. Dude, he's on pace right now for 2,100 passing yards. You guys are looking at the front end of this. I'm looking at what I think is going to be it. Now, again, it is September. I can't get over my skis like I'm not going to get over my skis on the Packers. By the way, like Marshall, he has one opinion. I have a different opinion. All power to you, dude. Ridiculous ass take. All we do is fucking win. Yeah, you won't this year. You're frauds. You are frauds. That offense is frauds. It's not that good. No, dude, your run game, Kansas City might not make the playoffs. The Cowboys will not. They struggle versus the Giants. Who in the world do you think you're beating? Next 2 weeks will be a reality check. I like that because you're right. It's Rams and Bucks. We'll see what the Bucks do tonight. What's this on Denzel Ward Eagle rumor? Well, we'll see because the Cleveland Browns are going to have to probably wait till their bye or to the trading deadline. Okay? Watch this. This dude says this shit for clicks. Bro, you're the one here, not me. You are. Clicks? Get out. You don't have to stay. Hey, Sills, what about Danny Dimes? Absolutely. I had to look 3-4 times. Hey, how about Brian Dable and Joe Schoen? Is this another guy you just let loose? Unbelievable, right? $275 million offense and a $200 million offense in a shit-to-sugar defense. Why do they keep giving Hurts help? Dude, they have to. It's a high school offense. Dude, you're winning because you have sensational talent, not because you – dude, Vic is the best coach. Vic's the best coach on that staff. He's the best coach on that staff. Hey, Sills, we just beat last year's AFC champion again. Your points make – okay, really. I'm sure, Sean, you think you're playing good football. This guy's a bullshit artist right here as well. He goes down the same line as every other Eagle fan who thinks you're playing well. You're out of your minds. Hey, If you don't like, this is not going to be a show for you. This is not. Again, Marshall, I appreciate the super chats. I'm telling you, like Kurtz told you, told your all-world DT. We won the game and shut your ass up. By the way, you're frauds. Marshall, your offense is fraudulent. Your coordinator blows out loud right now, early part of September. Will that continue? We shall see. Your defense is fraudulent. We'll wait and see. You're not defending anybody worth a shit. Mahomes had to run for his life in that game because nobody got open. I want everybody in here who's a honk to keep posting 2-0. Don't worry, it's coming apart again. This time, we are not wrong. How you doing? We will not be wrong this year because you know why? Barkley doesn't look the same. There's the key to this. Barkley doesn't look the same. Hurts has regressed as a passer. They have done nothing to make that quarterback better. He wins because he moves with his legs, not his arm. That's the worst passing quarterback for a contender of anybody in pro football. End of story. End of story. End of story. I happen to agree with this. The thing with Becton, I happen to agree. Becton looks to me like a loss. And I'm going to also put this out there that I do believe the injury to Landon Dickerson has played a factor. Wait a minute here. So what did he say? I saw somebody, nobody was open. Nobody was open? That's a lie. People are posting all over the internet. There were guys wide open. Even your guy ESP on the WIP X account was posting guys were wide open. That's not true. Guys were wide open. Okay? That is not an elite football team right now. That is not. Actually, there is more to be encouraged about on the defensive side of the football. Hey, and let's do this too. So when a guy is sitting at Wawa trying to get a piece of pizza in Zadarius Smith, and he walks in and he's already the best edge rusher, you don't have edge rushers. You don't have them. So we're going to take a look at the numbers. We're going to also take a look as you move forward. I do want to temper one thing here. It is September. I want to make sure we all understand it is the month of September. 2-0 doesn't mean shit to me. Just like 0-2. Kind of more so. Does mean a little bit more, but that doesn't either. I'm not sold here that the Cardinals are a 2-0 football team. They may not make the playoffs. I'm surely not sold yet that the Chiefs are done. They may well be because they don't have enough skilled players on that football team, in my opinion. Okay? They don't. My takeaway, once again, is we got to get into October. Plain and simple. Eagles looked mediocre in the first 4 games last year. Right. And it was a fraudulent record, right? It is and will be a work in progress. Plenty of work ahead. It may straighten itself out. Okay? It may. Remember something. The last 2 years, you've had 2 different ways of looking at this. The 2023 team couldn't figure it out. The 24 team did figure it out. Will this team figure it out? Barkley's not going on a historic running game. Folks, If that guy gets 1,300 yards this year, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. The Cowboys and the Chiefs shut down A.J. Smith, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Saquon Barkley. The Dallas Cowboys, Matt Eberflus, shut those three guys down. Plain and simple. Shut them down. It's clear to me that this Kevin Nick system has Hurts reading the defenses low and high like a West Coast offense. But isn't it a West Coast? Hurts isn't a West Coast quarterback. He needs to read high and low and implement more RPOs. I like that idea. Xander, I missed another super. Guys, I appreciate it very much. Guys, I'm not out on anything. I think I'm saying to you, the 2-0 record is fraudulent. Hang in there. It might straighten itself out. Seems like the coaches have embedded a fear in Hurts to not take risk, and they focus on not turning the ball, which is okay. They're more concerned about not making the mistake than they are the big play. And guess what? That's a winning formula. There is no doubt, Mikey, that's the winning formula. They've got great players. They've got the simplest offense I've ever seen. There is no doubt. They've got like 3 or 4 run plays. They've got 4 or 5 pass plays. And then the rest of it is athleticism and great players. There's nothing complicated about the Eagles except that the Eagles have really good football players. Have you ever seen Hurts throw a ball before a wide receiver comes out of his break? No, he's not an anticipation quarterback, Kyle. He'll never be. He doesn't have the skill set for that. He is not an elite passer. I don't know how many years I got to keep telling you that. He will never be an elite passer because he doesn't have the skill set. What was the last year that Jalen Hurts was at Alabama? Can somebody tell me? Can you help me answer why no mesh or crossing routes? Because he can't read a defense right now yet. He's still a work in progress. Can somebody tell me what year was the last year? 2018. We have been questioning Jalen Hurts as a passer, and the greatest college football coach in the history of college football questioned him. Everybody has questioned him as a passer since 2018 and maybe even before. Okay? And it's still here in 2025. That's not going to change. He is what he is. The Eagles know that. That's why the offensive mentality hasn't changed. They're not trying to develop the passing game. They're afraid to develop the passing game. End of story. It'll never get better. It's actually getting worse. They're the worst passing team in the league. Last year, you were the 4th. This year, you're the worst. Tennessee has a better passing game. The problem in Tennessee, they don't have the players you have. You win because of Howie Roseman loading the box with great players. Not because you're scheming people up. Scheming people up with what? 4 plays? You have exceptional players. Kudos. You're not winning any other way. Golf 334 yards passing, 5 touchdowns versus Hurts' high school offense. Listen, they have a formula, though. Don't turn the ball over and let our talent win games. Their scheme's not winning. You can't tell me that offense, you look at it, you watch it, and you go, let me tell you where Andy Reid screwed up. That was poor coaching by Andy Reid. Andy Reid goes for those 4th downs on his side of the table, and he cost himself 6 points. There's your game. Who questioned him about being a champion? End of story. Nick Saban did because they let him go and told him to go away. That's who did. Y'all do realize our wide receivers bypassed T-Camp, by the way. A. Makuba had a rookie defensive player of the year type again. No, he did not. Andrew Makuba did not have a rookie of the year type. What the fuck are you talking about? He was okay. Dude, wait till Vic talks tomorrow, and then you'll get a sense of what I'm saying, right? Remember what I'm saying. I think there's a lot of promising upside to Makuba. Let's see if he can stay healthy too. But I thought he got toasted by Taekwondo a few times out there. So let it go. He's okay. He's going to get better. I mean, he's going to get better, I believe. A rookie of the year defense, that's not what I saw. And I guarantee you that's not what Vic Fangio saw. Sills, I do not always eat crow. I told you in 23 you had a fraud team. You're fucking wrong. JD5, sprained knee. That's awful to hear. I thought it was cramps. Hey, Sills, you said he can't read a defense right now. When will he? When he learns how to set the protections a little better. Does he deserve an extension? Or should we start looking for a replacement? Absolutely not. You're going to ride that pony until that dude ends up not winning any longer. Xander, I think I missed a couple super chats. I want to make sure we get everybody in there, so I appreciate that. I got that one there. I think there was a couple. Wishbone hurt scares me. If the Eagles don't repeat, I think it will be his fault. Dual threat. I think it's Kevin Patullo and Hurts, in my opinion. Okay? I do. Play like this in week 12 or 13, it's a serious problem. It's only week 2. Absolutely. I agree. 2 drop passes away from 0-2. Okay? Well, Saban was wrong, just like your trophy in the case, dipshit. Yeah, okay. He wasn't wrong. They went on to win a national title. They didn't need him. They were going for a better passer in Tua, and they got it, and they won a national title. How do you think he was wrong? They were better in the passing game with Tua. He wasn't wrong at Alabama to move off of Hurts. He was right to move off of Hurts. They improved their passing game. You make it sound like they took steps back. They didn't. Those all-out blitzes against Hurts on film. How about this? The reason why your defense looked so good in times yesterday, because Vic didn't respect, get this, Vic Fangio didn't respect the wide receivers on Kansas City at all yesterday. But you want me to sit here and tell you that Andrew Makuba had a superstar rookie of the year type defensive game when Vic himself didn't even respect the wideouts and knew the wideouts couldn't beat him? You got to be kidding me. The coordinator didn't respect him, but you do. Taekwondo. Am I happy we won? Yes, of course. Are there still questions? Yes. The record is fraudulent, just like the rest of the NFL. Absolutely true. Q, right. Green Bay is not that good. They are not that good. They are not that good. We shall see in November. Jay Macklin, is the tush push gone? I don't know. Listen, the tush push is worse to officiate than pass interference. I can't tell. Guys are offsides. Guys are jumping. Guys are lining up on defense offsides. I think the refs have just quit. I mean, they've just quit. Even Dan Blandino, he's quit. Nobody wants to deal with the team anymore. Or the play, I should say. I don't know. That thing has no chance of living next year. I mean, guys line up off sides. Then you have the Chief guys lining up off sides and no one calls anything. And if you're not going to call anything, I mean, they don't know how to legislate the play anymore. Makuba got beat by Billy Bob Thornton. Dude, I know there's guys in here saying, unbelievable. He didn't have an unbelievable performance. He had a lot of promising moments. Absolutely true. We don't care about passing. It's all we do is win no matter what. Again, like I said, fraudulent record. You don't like it, Marshall? Too bad. All eyes on 98. Gotta love it. That boy can play. His ability to cause chaos in the trenches is unbelievable. Actually, I didn't think Jalen Carter played a good game. What chaos? I must have missed it. I didn't see chaos out there. I didn't see him making a point or a fact. I thought there was sometimes he collapsed the pocket. The guy who played the best on the D line was the new dude, Zadarius Smith. He played the best. I've got game balls too. We'll do that. We'll go by the numbers here. So let's do that. Let's go by the numbers here and take a look at how they played. First downs, the Kansas City Chiefs defense held the Eagle offense to 16 first downs and 216 yards of total offense. And you were pathetic on third down conversions, going 5 of 14. What an absolutely pathetic offensive performance. 58 plays they held you to with Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and Saquon Barkley. Shit, the Kansas City Chiefs had 121 yards rushing with Ferdy Pacheco, the fight doctor. Saquon Barkley was once again okay. Not great. Oh, get this. I mean, getting out of the gate, my opinion, shit, Miles Sanders had a better start to his year when he got to the Pro Bowl. Sub Crane, you sound like Chris Jones. Thank you. Chris Jones has 3 rings. Take that and eat it, guy. So let's go over here again. 94 net yards passing. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, no, elite. 94 net yards passing. Holy shit. That's like the Army quarterback. You can't make this shit up. How many sacks did he take, too? How many sacks did he take in the game? I think he took, what was it? Did he take? Oh, he got hammered once. I thought that was pretty tough, though. He got up after that. He took a pretty big shot because he tried that bullshit in the middle and somebody hammered him. Seals, I said last week, if we were less predictable and more creative, we would be more successful. Talent alone is not going to take us anywhere. It's not going to take you to where you want to go. That's right. It's not going to take you to where you want to go. And you want to go, obviously, to an NFC championship, and you want to get to a Super Bowl. I was a shipper. Hey, guys, it's September. So let's underline it. It is September. The first 2 games, I'm not buying any of that. That was terrible football. You've played terrible 8 quarters of football. And yet, you have figured it out. And you've won 2 games. Do I think you're a 2-0 football team? I don't really think you're a championship team right now. I don't think the Packers are a championship team. I don't think I haven't seen one team. I don't think the Bills are. I don't think the Ravens are. I have not seen one championship team yet. I haven't. Isn't Jalen top 5 in air yards? Yeah, 94 yards passing. Holy fuck, man. He's on pace for 2,100 yards. You got to be kidding me, man. Holy cow. My God. You can't take a stick at this. Says you said all this last season and was wrong. And in 23, I said this all that year and was right. We'll figure out which year it's going to be this year. Hey, Seed, you keep eliminating the year before I was dead on. Last year, you're right. I got it wrong. This year, I won't be. Back-to-back performances still need to improve. And I believe They will. Now, let me ask you this. Is it Kevin Patullo or is it Jalen Hurts? Kevin Patullo or Jalen Hurts? Both. Hey, Senor, since you and I disagree sometimes, so let's break it. Okay, this is a great take. A lot of people in here are going both. Okay, so let's dissect it. More Hurts. Okay, stop for a second. Senor, he is getting open. And you're right. Get fucking open, work harder, as you're saying. All right, Senor, let's start first with Patullo. What does he have to do better in your eyes? Both. I see a lot of guys. Crowley, thank you guys for being good football people today. I appreciate this. What does Kevin Patullo need to do moving forward with Rams and Buccaneers coming up? Make adjustments. Skipper, what does that mean? Put the ball more in the hands of Hurts to make that decision? What? What does that mean? Take an online course, needs to replace with Frank Wright. I thought I saw Abe. Now I like this. More RPOs. I thought I saw a lot of check down throws. Stop being predictable. Ray, they can't stop being predictable because it's a limited scheme. You understand what I'm saying? It's limited in its approach. They've got that playbook is not very big. The only concern going into this year was, dude, I'm with you. Listen, hold on here for a second. See, RC3 is obviously, he thinks because they shut down, let me see here. Let me get the names of those guys on the Kansas City side. Because they shut down Thornton, Brown, Remingo, Pacheco, and Schuster and Hunt, and some dude named Gray. You make it sound like you have some sort of all-pro secondary. Those dudes couldn't make your practice squad. Who are you kidding? They couldn't make the practice squad. All right? They couldn't make your practice squad. Now, one more time. And Kelsey's too old. He's too old. You can't force Kevin Patullo to implement RPOs if he does not understand the concepts and ability to design those plays. Okay? Well, then who's calling the offense? Nick? Senor, doesn't this look a little like Nick? This looks more like Nick calling plays and Nick's influence on the play calling. I think Nick, he's constantly talking when Kevin is calling plays. I think he's more involved in the play calling. What does Kevin need to do? More RPOs, more play action, more outside zone runs? I'll tell you what, the running game, even the running concepts don't look that hot. Yeah, the defense was good enough to beat CeeDee Lamb, a Pro Bowl wide receiver. Yeah, absolutely. That's the only player with redeeming quality that's an NFL star player that you've played against in 8 quarters. Correct. You can't name another one. You can't name another one. With arguably the best quarterback ever throwing them the ball, TB12 had wait a minute. Kansas City was in the fucking ball game with nobodies. And they lost by 3. You're making it sound like you beat a team that was loaded. You're right. The only reason that game was close is because Mahomes 15 was in the game. If 15's not in the game, that's a blowout. Absolutely true. Absolutely. The better we can get at this short game approach, the more we will bait defenses to play close. Then we could, dude, why are you making it sound like you have some sort of exceptional passing game? You don't. Hell, I didn't see any stop and goes or curl routes. Nothing. The one pass down to Devontae was a pop fly. It was I'll say this. It was in a blitz, which he read, which I was encouraged by. Your play calling, I called it out last week. You guys were right to say this. Sills, it's 4 quarters. Pump the brakes. You're right. Well, now we're seeing it again. Stop letting training wheels OCs get the keys to the Bugatti. We lose an OC every season, and each new guy tries to reinvent the wheel. Correct. Xander, I just missed the super chat. Guys, I appreciate this. You guys are being great today. And you guys are being really on top of your screws here with what you're seeing. I'm not saying this thing's over, but don't go with the 2-0 Packers are fraudulent. They're fraudulent. Hang on. Cowboys win if CD doesn't drop those footballs. Joseph, right. Again, that's revised history. True. And I would say if Kansas City scores, I think Kansas City wins that game. You're not going to come back in a passing game in a 2-minute drill. Not with that offense. Let me tell you something. You want to get the Eagles having to play from behind. They'll never win a game. You're not winning. If you have to come back in a 2-minute drill throwing the ball, you're not doing it. Worst passing game in pro. When you get behind, the teams that are now seeing how to beat Philly, you got to get a lead in the fourth quarter on them. Late in the fourth quarter. Get a lead on them. I don't remember the last time a team had a lead on you. Get a lead on them. Make them have to throw the ball in the fourth quarter. There's not a chance in hell you're winning. Nailed it. Nick's influence is all over Kellen Moore's offense during the first 4 games of last year. This looks very similar. Nick needs to back off the OC. Dude, let him breathe a little. Crazy to see Makuba playing red zone. Thank God. I thought, get this. This is what I'll say about that interception. Hey, man, ball hawks are in right situations all the time. Sills, that was a horrific display of offense by my Eagles. And Brian Pumper believes Jalen Hurts is an H-back running a Philly special every play. All good, Sills. Just giving you crap. Hey, listen, Marshall, I need you here. Because you know why? I want you to have that optimism. And by the way, Marshall, it is 8 quarters. Let's put that in context. That 2-0 record doesn't mean shit to me in the overall war. Okay? You want to win the war, not these small battles. These small battles, sometimes you have to win different ways. Sometimes things happen. You don't end up doing what you need to do to win, right? Things look different sometimes. You get upset. I don't look at it like that. I look at the overall war. And out of the gate, you've got some things, like I said, I'm talking about billboard things, coaching, receivers not working hard enough, the quarterback missing plays, edge rushers not getting home. The new guy got home. and played very well. He played very well. There's very few people that played well for the Eagles in that game. Might be me holding them to a high standard, but too many people are giving the offense a pass when the Chargers lit them up. The Chargers took them apart. The Chargers took that Kansas City team apart. I mean, they made the Kansas City Chiefs look terrible. Justin Herbert ate that secondary up. Justin Herbert destroyed that team. Brian Pumper, Big Marshall, believe you're a knee pad soldier. So let me finish the numbers here. 94 yards net passing, 112 yards rushing, 122 yards rushing, 3.6 a carry. What did Barkley have in this game? How many yards per carry did he have in this game? He had to be, what is it, 4.3? 3.7. So far, get this. I want to show you guys something. Barkley's averaging 3 points. Can somebody tell me this? Hey, Kyle, what did Saquon Barkley average per rush a year ago? Jalen plays his best when in rhythm, up tempo. If we do that and run with Jalen, we will be better. This will also open up the middle of the defense. Dude, I agree with you. When they go up tempo, when they go up tempo, I think the Eagle offense looks 10 times better. I agree. Are you ready to move on from Adoree Sills? He didn't kill you in that game against Mahomes. Thank you. So let me ask you this. Yeah, I don't think it was 5.2, Mikey. I think it was more this. I thought he was 6.5 yards a carry a year ago. Let me take a look at that. I want to double check on Saquon Barkley, what he averaged a year ago in yards per carry. Because right now he's averaging 3.7. Barkley stats. Okay, let's go down here. Saquon Barkley last year, I want to double check this. What did he have in yards per carry a year ago? He had 5.8 yards per carry. He's at 3.7 right now. You're not the same running attack. Early on in the season, he was 5.8. It's okay. It's okay, guys. He's at almost 6 yards a carry. Now you're at 3.7. 2 yards less. And if your passing game is regressed like that, you're nowhere near the same offense. You are down in yards per play than you were a year ago. Why? Becton can't be that much of a difference. So why would Jalen benefit from a Chip Kelly offense? I think you keep doing what you're doing, but you have to improve what you're doing right now. How many of the 31 teams beat us yesterday? That's not what we're talking about here, Lamar. Are you not listening? Nobody gives a shit about you don't want to be 0-2 and 0-3 in September. But don't talk to me about your fucked up record right now when you're playing horseshit football. Relax. I mean, seriously, dude. They also play better in hurry. Yeah, I think they do too. With Hurts calling the plays at the line of scrimmage. Dude, Jalen played really well in that Cowboy game. He hasn't played shitty. He's thrown the ball terribly, but he hasn't played shitty. Now, I don't know if that's Kevin Patullo, Hurts, both, what have you. AJ not getting open. So, I mean, think about this. Let's go back here and take a look at this. You had 4 targets in the first game. In the second game, you had 14 targets and 80 yards. So in 2 games, you have 18 targets between Devontae and AJ. and you have 130 yards. How do you think the passing game's starting out of the season? I thought you guys told me that they were going to elevate the passing game. Where? When? When? Is that going to evolve, you think? How does that evolve when your run game's down? Your run numbers are the key to this. I think they're getting away from the running game too much early in the game. I think them wanting to throw the ball is exactly the same shit that's this. Let me ask you, hey, Abe, everyone, agree or disagree? They're trying to do the same shit they did a year ago by starting the season out the same way. And then they're going to have to reform back to being who they are. Doesn't this look like last year in the first 4 games? This looks exactly like it. The only difference is they can't get open. And Barkley is not running the ball. A year ago, they tried throwing the ball. Nobody's open. This is the same bullshit. Run the ball more, man. So what if you punt? Your defense is playing okay. Your special teams are great. You've got a kicker that's kicking 58-yard field goals. Use it more until your offense gets on track. Run the ball more. Run it. Like I said, a year ago, you were 2-2, and that record was a fraud. You're 2-0 right now. I think that record's a fraud. Seals, Nick had more air yards on the challenge flag thrown than Hurts did. Just a disappointment. You see that somber AJ interview? Yeah, because you know why? He's not involved in the offense. AJ Brown is not involved in your offense. He's spotty involved. You've got 2 great players, not good, great players that you can't get the football to. Why? 2, how many people in here think that A.J. Brown's the best wide receiver in pro football? I do. I do. I think he is. Why is Nick chewing at the refs? I saw that. You had to have Big Dom step in. Look, they got great talent. They got great talent. There is no denying that. There's great talent all over your football team. You're winning because of great talent, not great decision-making. You're winning because, get this, I told Xander this prior to coming on the air here. Guys, please hit the like button. The best coach in that. Hey, let me ask you something. So let's go 20 games. They played 20 games last year? Let me ask you this. You see, I see M. Reyes efficient. I'm not debating that with him. There was nothing efficient about your offense. It was horrible, awful. No other way to look at it. Your quarterback was terrible in this game. He was terrible. If you want to debate that, not here for it. How many games did they play last year? 20? Now you've played 2. Let me ask you this. If Vic Fangio is not your D coordinator, who would you rather have right now on your coaching staff? Nick Sirianni or Vic Fangio? Who do you think is more dispensable? Who's the guy that you could live without? Nick or Vic? You guys think you can get rid of Vic Fangio? And you'd be winning games? Is that what you guys are thinking? I heard that stat. I heard all these stats about Sirianni. You get rid of Vic Fangio, you lose half them games. It ain't because of the legendary play calling. Think about that. If your head coach is, if you can live without him and not the D coordinator, you got a problem. No dimensions to this offense. Need to think outside the box. I'm a fan, and I feel like us fans could call a better offense. Fangio, Sirianni. Guys, Xander, I missed the super there. Guys, thank you for the supers today. I can't thank you enough. You guys have been on your A game today, a lot of you. It would be one thing if we won 34-13 and I decided for so long, it's so frustrating. I don't get how we go from NFC champ, Super Bowl to this. Well, changing coordinator. Dude, look at how much one guy affected your offensive line. And get this, there's no doubt one player on a defense you could kind of live without. One player on an offense, especially in a line, and a hurt guard. Remember this, you got two players missing in your offensive line. You don't have the same Landon Dickerson, and you don't have Becton. That's not the same guard play you had a year ago internally. I thought Tyler Steen was okay. I thought Chris Jones kicked his ass. But I thought he was okay on that Barkley touchdown run. You take that Barkley touchdown run away, they were mediocre in the run game. What did Barkley have on that run? What was that? It was a 13-yard run. Okay. You take 13 off that 88. Well, again, we're talking about another 70-yard ball game for Saquon Barkley and 21 carries. That guy was around 28 to 29 carries a year ago, not 21. Like, look, 75 yards, right? He had 70 in the opener. If your quarterback has 100 yards passing and the other teams are almost out rushing you, you're not going to win a Super Bowl. By the way, this is not about 2-0. This is about February in Santa Clara. Am I right? This is about Santa Clara, not 2-0. Records are irrelevant, like it was a year ago. The best record in football did not host the NFC title game. And one more time about your defense. You guys are in here trying to tell me that Makuba and these guys play good in the secondary. Your own coordinator didn't respect the Kansas City wideouts. He blitzed more than I've ever seen Vic Fangio blitz in his entire 42 years of coaching. Why? Because he didn't think they could beat him, and he was right. He goes like this, I don't think that group of receivers could beat me. And he's right, even with a limited offense. Dude, he's right on the number of a year ago. 17 points. This guy's a fucking hell of a coach. He's a hell of a coach, man. At this point, between all the coordinators we've had, we've seen Jalen do this about every we've seen Jalen do just about everything. Take the chance and put it all together. William, I mean, how is it going to evolve? If that run game, William, doesn't pick up, your passing game is going to regress worse. Okay? Seals, who do you blame? The blown coverage on the deep ball, Q or Reed? I think that's a Reed play. By the way, Reed Blankenship, the first 2 games? Who's paying him $15 million now? Shit, the rookie looks better. Reed Blankenship, are you paying that guy $12 to $15 million, really? Hey, I'll tell you what, if you're betting on yourself, I don't know. I told you that. Without Gardner Johnson next to him, he would be pedestrian, and he is. That guy's been pedestrian. I mean, I don't see special. I don't. I don't. You're giving that guy $13 million, really? I'll tell you what. One of the things we said out of the gate, I told you flat out, you ain't paying that guy that money. And you ain't giving that guy a contract right now. There is no fucking way you're giving that guy a contract. We told you he's going to wait till March, until after the season. That guy looks pedestrian. Okay? It looks pedestrian. Right? Here. Shouldn't you be over on your knees at IP or 97.5 covering fucking the Glaze Fest that they'll give you? I think that's more suited for you, Junior, because you like to have good whispering things blown in your ear. Wrong show for you, douchebag. Why are we running 3rd and long, just giving up? Because they're afraid to throw across the middle. That's why. Listen, guys, I do want to go back to one thing again. It's 8 quarters. I can't say this enough. It's 8 quarters. I don't see really a championship team anywhere in the NFL. But that's okay. Actually, there's more question marks on your offense right now than there are in your defense. Who would have said that after week 2? That may wobble. Now, wait a minute. That may wobble this weekend because of the Rams. So we don't know yet. This is going to be pendulum swinging for the first 4 games in September. Like I said, I love the people that post 2-0. A year ago, you were 2-2, and it was a fraudulent record. This year, you're 2-0. That's a fraudulent record. I don't know what it is yet, and nor do you. But there's signs. This has been a carryover now from your offensive. Your offensive passing game is regressing. Jalen Hurts is regressing as a passer. Why? Because they're so isolated on running the ball that they're not developing the quarterback? Remember what Tom Brady said about coordinators? Let me ask you this. Kevin Petula, where would you rank him as an offensive coordinator with the reigning Super Bowl MVP? Where would you rank him? 30th? After the first 2 weeks? 30th? 29? Where would you rank him? Well, wait a minute. Dad says week 2. Wait, we rank quarterbacks after week 2? Senor says 31st. So get this. You have the 31st ranked coordinator with the reigning MVP of the Super Bowl. Make that make sense to me. Or is that fucking ego thinking you know what's best for Jalen? Let's say it's Joseph's 25th. Why would you have the 25th ranked offensive coordinator? I see a great take here by Robert. Shane Steichen has taken Daniel Jones, and in 2 weeks, I swear to you, I have to keep clicking and going, is that Daniel Jones, New York Daniel Jones? That can't be the same guy. And it is. Shane Steichen has his quarterback who can throw the ball and get out. You know, he's faster than Hurts. I don't know if he's as good in the open space as Jalen running the ball, but he's faster. That guy took a practice squad, Daniel Jones, from last year's Minnesota. Hey, I'll tell you, after I saw how J.J. McCarthy won the NFC Player of the Year or a week award last week, I said it. I can't believe that. He was brutal last night. Daniel Jones was sensational. He played against that Denver defense that might be the best defense in pro football, and he beat them. That right there is a sign that Steichen knows what he's doing. Special Ed Reed Blankenship. That bum stinks last night. The captain left Q out to dry on that deep TD. He did. That was a blown coverage, in my opinion, by Reed Blankenship, leaving him alone like that without deep help. That's how I read that too, Pump. I was like, that's Reed's call. He's supposed to be over the top. That's why you have two high safeties. Where was the two high safety? It wasn't. You left Q open to cover 25 yards by himself. Half the field he had to cover with no deep help in zone. Who do you think's fault that is? Simple. That's Reed Blankenship's fault. He let that up. And I'm sitting there going like, wait a minute. You play two high safety. You got him off the ball 7 yards, 8 yards, 5 yards, whatever it is that Q plays off the ball, right? They run a crossing route. Where's the deep help? There was Reed picking his nose and the guy going down the sideline. That was all on Reed Blankenship, not Q. They got turned around by a guy by the name of Taekwondo and some dude named Billy Bob Thornton. What do you think when you're playing Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua and Stafford this week? That's a different world. Puka Nacua. Dude, that guy runs jet sweeps. He runs they kind of use him a little bit like Deebo Samuel when they had him in San Francisco.